Well, good evening and welcome to round 2 here of the Metro Cup season, and we have Redlands taking on UQ Rebels here in the Division 1 game. That's just finished up. Our premier match for this evening is Gold Coast taking on the Country Club Colts. We'll have a look at the two team lists for tonight, starting with the Gold Coast. Pretty strong lineup it is tonight. It's a new team led by their captain, Peter Norman. A few young players which we'll make mention of throughout the broadcast. We'll take a look at the Country Club Colts team list for tonight. A couple of outs for them this evening, but plenty of good players in that team. Alex Condon is with me in commentary, making his debut up in the box tonight as well. Very good evening to you, Alex.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, as we mentioned, quite a few strong players across both teams. Let's have a look at the Gold Coast team who we see up on screen, of course led by their captain, Peter Norman.
Yeah, you can't go past Big Pete Norman. He's been a part of the Aussie Men's Open team for a while now. Very good defender, very good through the middle of the park, but obviously with Dylan Hennessy coming across the Country Club, his attack and load might have to go up tonight, so expect a big attacking game from Pete tonight.
Yeah, and you are unfortunately injured at the moment. Usually represent the Country Club Colts, so you know the players are inside and out. Yeah, like you mentioned, another couple of outs tonight, but how are the boys shaping up coming into this big one?
Yeah, pretty confident. Obviously a few outs, but Dylan Hennessy's a pretty handy pickup here. He's all right at touch footy, so yeah.
Yeah, we can have a look at the Country Club Colts team list on screen. So pretty handy lineup going into round 2 this evening, getting the victory over the UQ Rebels, the defending champions last week. So coming in all guns blazing for round 2. We'll take a look at tonight's key player matchup as well, Alex. And that man that we mentioned just before, Peter Norman, who'll be leading from the front, but as will the captain of the Country Club Colts, Tim Bartz.
Yeah, can't go past Bartsy, renowned skipper. Actually debuted for Aussie Mixed Open this year. Very good attacker, very good defender. Pretty much a calm horse in the whole field and organises everything for us. So I expect a big game from Tiz.
Yeah, Gold Coast had a victory to kickstart their campaign. It was a pretty close contest against the Southern Storm last week. They got the victory 5-4. And like we may mention, 7-1 was the final score line, Country Club Colts and UQ. What's your prediction in this one? It's contrasting styles between these two teams, isn't it? We made mention last week, just the running game. Country Club Colts, they'll play for the full 80. And Gold Coast have just always got that natural flair in their game. They can just pull a try out of absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, Gold Coast a bit of a nonchalant kind of touch footy team. They just go what's with in front of them, whereas us Country Club boys like running. So, yeah, I don't know. I reckon...
You got to go Colts though, right?
Go with the Colts
You'll get
boys.
in trouble if you don't.
Yeah, especially Dylan debut. Reckon he put in a fire performance.
Yeah, and like we mentioned, Dylan coming across, played with the Gold Coast last season, so was missing in action last week overseas with his young fella. He's looks like an aspiring young basketball player over there in the States, so no doubt you want to kickstart your campaign. There's no better way than coming up against the old foe.
Yeah, I'm sure he's pretty confident. Looks very calm down there, so... And obviously, Fee's come back tonight from Div 1, having a year off, so looking forward to seeing him in play. He's a very good defender. And
led by some experienced coaches as well. Leon Skinner over in the Gold Coast coaching box. Might have Hayden Moffat and Bartsy leading the charge here tonight. For the Country Club Colts, our referees for this evening's match will be Anthony Smith, Jordan Randall, Lachlan Freshwater. And very good evening as well to our viewers that are tuning in on Sky Sports Next over in New Zealand. I hope you enjoyed the coverage tonight, and of course to our Australian viewers tuning in on KO Sport. We'll have women's premier action coming up after the men's. It'll be Brothers taking on the Southern Storm. The Southern Storm having a pretty impressive showing last weekend, or last Friday night. They just went down to the defending champions 5-4, the UQ Rebels. So looking forward to see Brothers and Storm in the women's premier division coming up very shortly. Country Club Colts will have the tap. Gold Coast to defend. New strip for them this year in the traditional blue, gold and white.
Players ready, referees ready.
Hooter is imminent in the background, and round 2 here of the 2023 Metro Cup season will get underway. Let's see how the Colts go with their first possession. As Carmody rolls forward, and Beachy ball in one hand. Ryan Moffat from half. Hennessy early release just out in front of Jaden there. Had a little bit of a snatch, but nice positive start there from Country Club Colts.
Good running game. Got down to the 7 nice and early, so let's see if Gold Coast can counter that and get down the end of the field.
Tyler Ward offloads his first touch of the game. They go away from the sweeping haul. And coming away from their substitution box, the Gold Coast. Still got a couple of changes on the far.
Yeah, and Country Club boys are nice and loud here. They look like they're up for it.
Norman can't get a clean pick up from half. Lemberg. Oh, now managing to just hold on. No, took a little bit of grass.
Not over with that, Jaden, is he?
It was a good diving effort. Again, sloppy on the first touch. Here's prime field position here to the Coast. There's Ward outside the 7. Norman goes back to him. Hennessy comes up to make the touch. A little bit sloppy here, the Coast.
Look for young Lennox Ticker here. Very sharp. I'm pretty sure he's part of the 18 boys this year and had a very good series.
Plays the ball here. Does Lennox.
There you go, sharp on his feet.
Gets it to Lamberg. Tries to flick it in underneath. No hands on the ball. Gold Coast trying to get the restart and another full set of 6. So looking to be a little bit cleaner in this set around here, the Colts. They've managed to do a pretty good job on the first 3 touches as Butts gets them over the halfway line.
Yeah, that's what you want from a ruck and set. Good response.
Matters and gets it down. Carmody has the look up, had a bit of room to work with, and earns his team a repeat set.
Oh, no, he's gone ball down.
Ooh, change. Thought there might have been the signal of the 6 to go originally.
I think the sideline helped him out a bit there.
So Gold Coast now push it out to the right-hand side of the field. So they get their changes on.
Young Jai Charlton's coming onto the field. Very electric from half. You'll see him go for an M2 or look for, here we go.
It's Groth.
Wilson Groth.
He picks it up from half, looks to feed it out the back, and Anthony Smith's picked up a penalty in the back end of their set.
Country Club won't be too happy about that. They obviously don't want to give Gold Coast any time on the line because that's when they're most dangerous. A lot of sharp attacking players.
Oh, and there's one. The touch has come up. No, it hasn't been claimed. And that man that you made mention of, Jai Charlton, comes out of the interchange area. Probably his first time on the field. Gets his hands on the footy and gets the opening try here for the Coast.
Yeah, Jai's very sharp on the line. He can pass both ways, but especially got a very good right foot whack. So I think it's Carmody just sleeping a bit there, but great try from Jai.
Gold Coast strike early to get the first try on the board. Here, round 2 of the Metro Cup. It's Moffat linking up with Hennessy in the middle of the field. I've got numbers out there on the left-hand side, just behind the back there of Hennessy.
Good drive there from Jacob Hall.
They look to follow suit as they get the way over the halfway line. And looking pretty clean in this set here, the Coast. Just an extra couple of steps there for Ward to get himself into the acting half position. They look to set up now on the back end of their set. Tika from half, pops it out in front of Ward.
Great
Beautiful
pass.
Ball.
Tyler Ward, take a bow. Again, he's another Australian mixed open player. Had a great NTLs and Cobras in 2022. Unfortunately, was out this year with a bit of an ankle injury, and then now his ankles are right and he's putting on some fine form.
As we take a look at the replay, thanks to Motorline BMW. And back-to-back tries from the Coast. And they've come out all guns blazing and start this round 2 fixture. And Country Club looking to try and get themselves into the game. Haven't had too many opportunities so far in the game, apart from the restarts.
Looking for Dill here, I assume. Yep, here you go.
Picks up, has a look. Beautiful ball out the back. Good defence coming up and making the touch. And Mike Phillips out there on the right-hand wing for the Coast. Dylan goes right foot, tries to get it out in front. Adams can't flick it on.
I'm sure Myo's going to have a lot of minutes over there on their right wing. Very good defensive winger, so I'm sure he'll be marking Dill all night.
Tico comes back in towards the middle of the field. Norman does the same on the last touch. Charlton pumps it, holds it up. Norman sends it over the top. Well, they can't do anything wrong at the moment. Felicie Frost scores in the corner for the Gold Coast, but it was just really set up in the early stages of their set. Their running out of the interchange area was top-notch.
Yeah, great drive from Pete Norman there. And once again, Jai Charlton putting a stamp on the game. That's 2 try involvements and 2 touches, so early game for Jai.
Coast are continuing on. 3-0 early lead here over Country Club. As Matters tries to jink on the outside of Lennox Tico. Comes up, makes the touch. Bart's, Carmody, it's probably lucky that they got hands on that in the end. He was probably 2 steps in front of Tim Bart's there, Sam Carmody.
Yeah, it would have been very forward.
Yeah, I think they've actually made that call, and it's the correct call. So coming out of the hands forward, even though it did come off the hands of one of the Gold Coast defenders. So good call there from the referees.
Claiming a no-touch, Tommy Quinlivan. Play on.
Lennox over the sideline.
Yeah, Gold Coast are rucking very well tonight. Getting to halfway on 3. Finding a strike dump.
As Ward now straightens them up, coming into the 5th touch. Trying to get on the outside, looking for offside players. As Chris Chung gets caught in possession. Out to Bart's. Much punch on the first. And they've earned themselves a penalty. Relieving penalty for them as well. I'll just give him a second here just to compose himself. Look to get down the other end of the field and have a crack at this Gold Coast defensive line. Oh, nice little sneaky play down the right-hand side of the field. And Beachy's going to stream away here. Quinlivan and Jaden Beachy. Lovely little play straight from the tap-off. And they needed a little something to spark them, and that's exactly what they've done there. What a try. Yeah,
Jaden Beachy's going to be very happy with that one. He'll be watching himself in the live stream. But you can't give Tommy Quinlivan too much room. Even though he's getting on the older spectrum, he's very, very, very fast.
3-1 now. Coast is still in front.
Got Jacob Hall, Tyler Ward, and Wilson Groth on the field here, so plenty of danger and attack.
Here's Hall. He comes out to Ward. They sweep. They go away from Groth. They come back into the middle of the field, and Ward loses possession, spilling it over to the try line. Adams on the first. Groth getting himself into the ruck. It was a tricky one. It looked like he was looking for an over-the-mark penalty, which was pretty close. The referee say play on. Just got himself in a bad position. And they're on their toes this time as Quinlivan looked to pop out yet again. And see back on the park, working with David Sen. Oh, just losing the ball. A little bit slippery. We saw that in round 1 as well. It doesn't, from here, look like there's too much dew on the surface. It's a pretty calm evening, still 18 degrees. But slippery conditions, it's a short, fast surface.
As we see Pete and Jai into the field.
Charlton plays it shy of the 7. Norman picks it up. Can't connect up. He's going in between the wing and link out here on the left. Oh, Quinlivan caught on the boots. Has to go back to the mark. Sent on the second. And just going early there, the Gold Coast.
Yeah, Gold Coast won't be too happy about that. That's 2 sets in a row. They've given away penalties on touch 3. So giving Country Club plenty of time to attack.
They're definitely getting up, though, still continuing to put pressure on. And Country Club haven't been able to punch downfield too far in this set. This is the 5th and final touch for them now as Carmody comes off the left foot, looks for offside players. Norman doesn't move an inch. And sticks the hands out, makes the touch, reclaims possession there for the Coast. Good defensive set there from the Gold Coast.
That was a great touch by Kai Tika. Really helped out Pete there, and there was no numbers at all.
Now Country Club trying to keep the Coast towards the halfway line. Kick out, just not a clean play the ball.
Yeah, the ball's starting to look very slippery out there.
They're starting to work themselves back into the game here, the Colts. And it's come off the back of a couple of mistakes from the Gold Coast. Definitely got some energy after that first try that they scored. Hennessy skips. They look to get on the outside again, just losing footing.
Yeah, I think number 6, Darnell, was just short there on Dill. And we look for an early sweep for Tim, I reckon. He loves hitting the deck.
Flynn Matters plays it. Bart sends it out to Hennessy. Looks to pop, and they hold up. They'll bring it back out to the 7-metre line.
Very good defence there from the far link, Kai Castles. He was a part of the Aussie 20s too, who won back in May.
This players down on the deck in the middle of the field here for the Coast. Referees say play on. And Country Club, they've gone back-to-back tries, and they are well and truly back into this game.
Yeah, there we go. It's the player match-up. Tim Bart's very, very good on the line at diving, and this has been unfortunate here that Gold Coast fella slipped over, but well worked.
So 3-2 now.
well and truly back in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Still in favour of the Coast. They scored the first 3 tries in this game. The Country Club Colts going back to back. Ward has a look at the line, just loops one over the top. Oh, there's a bit of room to work with out there on the right-hand side.
Yeah, good defence from Arthur Goose Butler out there. Very, very, very fast, can recover.
Moffat puts it through the hands. Kalis Brown didn't make contact in the touch, so played the ball.
I believe Kalis Brown's only still 16. Pretty happy with his fresh cut tonight too, he was telling me.
Those look pretty fresh.
Yeah.
He was impressive in the first round game. I think it was his debut last weekend for the men's premier. He was pretty impressive.
Yeah, debuted. I'm pretty sure he got player of that state champs for Met West. Played very, very, very well.
Yeah, young, up-and-coming superstar. And that's what the Metro Cup is so famous for, isn't it? Just producing talent after talent. And you see a lot of young kids pushing their way through and getting some premier level experience. There's a lot of that on show out here in this game. Last touch now for the Coast. Yeah, they chance their hands.
Yeah, pretty happy to kill on the corner and get their ruck and D set.
Bit of experience there from Mike Phillips out there on the right-hand side. Had no intentions of catching that ball. Makes Butler head over onto field 2 to go and retrieve that one.
Yeah, it looks like Gold Coast know Country Club are going to go to the box every set, so they've got a little 4-2 defence.
Nice work from Sen. Kick away. Go back in towards the middle of the field. Gives the Colts a chance to get those changes on the right. As Matters just grabs across field. Hennessy picks up. Nice ball, Carmody. They got numbers out here on the right-hand side again. A little collision off the ball. There's still players down on the deck. Carmody links back out to the right-hand side. Referees give all clear, and wow, Country Club 3 tries on the trot to level up the scoring.
Yeah, a bit of champagne footy from the boys here. Young Nico just come across this year. He's doing an excellent job on the wing, and great pass from Dylan Carmody. Doing a bit of a 1-2 with Nico. Good finish.
Yeah, you can just see it was just a little collision off the ball, incidental.
Yeah, that's 2 tries from Country Club that have been a bit unorthodox, so I don't think Gold Coast will be too unhappy about that.
So he looks to attack down the short side. Kai Tickett sends it back in field. Norman will get himself into half. Ward feeds it. Flat ball just out in front. Just probably didn't come out of the hands as cleanly as what he would have liked there, Pete.
Yeah, no, but all their attacks looking to be around Tyler Ward at the moment. Very good left to right passer, but obviously using Pete's foot speed on that early rooster.
Colts now with Carmody. He was very influential in setting up that last try for them. Put the mock on him.
Commentator's curse.
Put the absolute mock on him. There's ball out in front. Tough one to take. Like we can see, the ball is still quite slippery out there.
And you see Tika sweeping. Oh.
Penalty here to the Coast. Full set of 6 to work with.
Back in either Kaya or Wardy to put.
Oh, Kingston
Yeah.
just slipped out of the hands as well as he was looking to pass. It's Flynn Matters now. Looks to try and pick up meters. Moffat, it's Ryan Hayden out tonight for the Colts.
Yeah, he's feeling a bit crook this week. Also, shout out to Joshy Glacken. I think he's in Melbourne. He's out this week. Sure he's watching at home.
As the Colts now send it out to Quinn Livin just off the chest. Ball back in possession here for the Coast. As Quinn Livin comes up to make the first touch. Over the halfway line now as Charlton makes his way back out onto the park. And here he is, we'll play it. And Tika out the back. Nice work there from Verenkamp coming in to shut that play down. Earns his team a penalty as well. They scored the last try. And a good defensive stop there from young Nick in the 44. Got a player being called out here from the Coast.
Is that Darnell?
He's getting a quick little break on the sideline. Might have had a couple of words there to the referee. Not happy with the call. So they get their replacement player on. It's a forced substitution. A lot of finger pointing going on out here at the moment. Jordan Randall's like, don't worry, boys. I've got this under control.
Freshie had it under control too on the sideline. Country Club just need to calm down a little bit.
Yeah, we've got very experienced referees out here officiating this game this evening.
A lot of attackers on the field now for Country Club with Carmody, Tim, and obviously Dylan Hennessy.
Here is Tim Bartz going to Carmody.
Good defence from Gold Coast there to get 8 out there, 8, 9 out.
And no options available for Hennessy as of yet.
Good touch by Jai there.
Yeah, ball down.
That's awesome defence from Gold Coast, pushing out past the 7.
Here is Charlton. Oh, again. There must be slippery conditions, definitely. There must be still a bit of dew on the ball. And players are finding it tough out there tonight.
As we see Ryan Moffat onto the field. Could see a trick play, not too sure. Hopefully.
Let's see how they set up in the middle. Hennessy working with Caleb Matters. Receives it now, does Matters, plays it. Comes off the right foot, goes back to Hennessy, puts it through the hands. They've got numbers in space out there on the left, a good recover.
Great defence,
across.
yeah, great defence from Kai over there.
Hennessy holds. There's Bartz, loops the ball out in front. And again, good slide defence. Job well done there from the coast, defending their line.
Felicity Frost is a very handy defender. Did a terrific job for us at the Queensland 20s, I think it was last year. Very good defender.
Here's Norman with no options. Had to try and kick on the outside. Wasn't going to get on the outside of Butler. Looks like it might be a penalty going here to the Colts. Indicated that there might have been a little bit of use of the shoulder.
Looks like there's a bit of feeling out there tonight. Pretty physical.
And they just need to keep cool heads here at the coast as well. They could potentially be a little bit frustrated, particularly with letting a 3-try lead slip.
And Gold Coast don't want Country Club to score here. Oh, as we see Pete go.
Norman's gone. Now, it's interesting. I thought the referee signal might have been for Norman to go down the end of the field for a period of time potentially, but he's gone for a forced substitution. So Gold Coast have replaced their player. It's 6-on-6 at the moment. Hennessy skips.
Back short side. Yep.
Tries to take him on himself and will get it done. So 4 tries on the trot. They're red hot at the moment, the Colts. And for the first time in the game, they take the lead.
Yeah, I think Paul Darnell there just got caught up with Dill, and I don't think you want to be giving him too much of a short side, especially off his right foot. But no, good attack from Dill.
The Gold Coast will be looking to respond.
You got young Jai on the field too, so I'm sure the attack will be surrounded by him.
Tika holding it out in front. Here is Charlton.
Yeah, looks very slippery underfoot there. Poor Feige lost his footing.
So just over a minute, or just under a minute and a half, I should say, left here. It'll be important for both teams going into the halftime break. All the momentum is going with the Colts so far, but that margin is still only 1 try.
Ooh,
This is going to help. Yeah. This is a big opportunity here for the Gold Coast. And touch and pass.
If they can get a try here, that'll set them very nicely for the second half. Yeah, Pete comes onto the field. Key matchup. Pete and Jai have been working very well together this game.
Lennox pumps it. Coming back on the inside there, Kaya has held it. And the Country Club Colts are protesting that it looked like he was losing possession over the line. Referee Freshwater is saying that the touch was made first. And Gold Coast maintain possession.
Might be a little...
Nice little wraparound play. They'll earn themselves a repeat set. Under 30 seconds now. They might have to look to strike early. How do they set up as Norman goes to Charlton? Tika sweeping around. They got all their numbers out here on the short side. Nothing there. Carmody comes up and makes the touch. And they'll come back and play it. Tenix. Will be 1 touch to come. Kaya puts the ball in one hand. They'll need to get back towards the 7. Hooter sounds now. 1 final touch. The Colts come up and finish off what is a highly entertaining first half between these two teams. Like we said, the Gold Coast, perfect start from them, coming out 3 tries to 0 to take the early lead. But the way that the Colts fought their way back and go into the halftime break up by 1 try, they'd be happy with the way they fought back into this game, Alex.
Yeah, very, very happy. Gold Coast, looks like there's a bit of niggle out there, and obviously Dylan Hennessy, big factor for why Country Club playing very well.
And we've got a game on our hands here, round 2 in the men's premier at the 2023 Metro Cup. Country Club Colts currently lead 4 tries to 3 over the Gold Coast.
This grass looks smart, and it's tough enough to handle whatever you throw at it, so it stays looking smart. Tip Tough Hybrid Bermuda, the smart grass.
Welcome back. Second half action not too far from getting underway here in the men's premier. Round 2 of the Metro Cup, and pretty electric first half that we had, Alex. Like we said, going into the halftime break, all Gold Coast to start with, 3 tries to get started. We are just having a little bit of a listen into the Country Club Colts. They're pretty calm in the box, aren't they, at the moment, led by their captain, Tim Bartz?
Yeah, pretty calm at the moment. Tiz is just really emphasising on completing their rucking sets and stop getting done with no touches. And obviously Dill's having a few words now, I'm sure, barking orders.
Then for the Gold Coast, what do you think the key messages are going to be over there? We know that they can score points. They just need to stay composed and just get themselves back into this game.
Yeah, I think they've given a few penalties away and halfway, which has given Country Club a few opportunities to score. So I reckon if they can fix their middle third of the field, they'll be right.
So again, another big shout out to all our New Zealand fans tuning in tonight on Sky Sports Next over in New Zealand. I hope you're enjoying the coverage here from the Metro Cup. This is a top premier competition here in southeast Queensland. A club-based competition. Country Club Colts, Gold Coast representing. You've got the University of Queensland Rebels and some of the lower divisions as well. Springfield Stingers, Redlands are representing as well, and the Southern Storm, who you'll see in the Women's Premier match coming up, and they'll be taking on Brothers, who are affiliated with Brothers Rugby here in Brisbane. And both teams start to make their way out onto the field. And Gold Coast will have the opening tap to kickstart us here in the second half, and you feel like they might have a little trick up their sleeve going from the tap. They might want to strike early and just let the Country Club Colts know that they won't be going anywhere here in the second half.
Yeah, I'm sure a tap move's coming on here, especially with Tyler Ward and sort of Jacob Hall too. He's got a very good left to right.
So both teams ready to go. Kai Tika, one of these absolutely young guns out here for the Gold Coast. Like we may mention, it's a new look lineup for them this year, and it's great to see that they've still maintained quite a few of their experienced players. It's always a great balance when you've got young up-and-coming superstars, but they can be led by some absolute gun players, such as their captain here in half, and Peter Norman, as well as Jacob Hall, who's had a lot of experience at top-level football himself. Feeds it to Norman, looping ball early out in front. And nothing really there for them out in front of Collins on the left-hand side of the field. So they went the early release and tried to find Country Club defence napping, and they were there to answer the call.
Yeah, good defence from Nico out there on the right wing. Counters from Pete. Nice pass, but good D from Nico.
Nice little show and go from Caleb. Picks up an extra couple of metres here for the Colts, I should say. As Adams kicks away out of the box. As the changes come on here for Country Club. Moffat plays it on the final touch. Hennessy holds it up. As Flynn Matters tries to skip on the outside of Norman.
Country Club won't be too mad about that. They got down to the 7-metre line.
Ball on the second touch. Finds the ground. And this might go against the Gold Coast. Freshwater's going to indicate that there's a bit of contact there from Jacob Hall as he was looking to play the ball. And subsequently been given another penalty away for not giving the ball back to the ruck.
Yeah, still a lot of feeling out there. Pretty physical. As we see Flinny, Aussie 18's youth player, in the mix, sorry.
He steps back in field.
Yeah, look for Dill or Flinny here in attack.
They give it back to Flynn.
As we see.
Burrow in underneath looking for offside players. He eventually made it back to the line. Must have only just got back in time to make the touch as Moffat plays it. Fifth touch, Hennessy, short ball Matters. A little bit of a juggle. Oh, they're going to earn themselves a penalty.
Not too sure what that's for, actually.
Yeah, I think Hall's going to get called out of the line. He's a little bit bemused, so he's going to get a forced substitution as well. Trying to seek some clarification on the call.
As we see Jaden Beachy just entered the field. Very good attacker. Played Aussie 20s. Oh, is that 2 penalties in a row now?
Yeah, so they've got to be cautious here now, the Gold Coast. 2 penalties on their line. They give another one away. They'll be down a player.
Oh, Ryan Moffat. Take a bow. Arguably the better Moffat.
You can say that because one of them's not here, right? And we know that he'll be watching at home.
I think it's a little circle ball. Bit of inspiration from the Bob boys. Probably watching in Rocky. That's a great dive from Ryan Moffat.
And he just caught flat-footed defending their line. And you can actually see Hayden in the interchange area. Pretty happy with younger brother Ryan. Gold Coast, they needed something. Trying to skip away.
Very sharp on his feet there, Darnell. Yeah, earns himself a repeat.
A full set of 6 to work with here for the Coast.
Could be a little Packers here. Back to Darnell.
There he goes, footwork.
Oh, that's close. He's sharp on his feet.
So they retrieve the football. This gives them a couple of seconds here to get some breath into the lungs. Ball through the hands. Oh, Ward. He's giving himself up there, Tyler Ward.
Yeah, must be very slippery.
He slapped the hands. He thought that was ball down. Anthony Smith was happy to let them replay it. Take it back in field. As Castles plays it. Footwork here from Lennox. Puts the ball out in front. And Collins can't flick it back on the inside. That's Frost, my apologies, out on the right-hand side. He'll come up and make the first touch.
Country Club boys are very happy with that defensive set. And then a great response for as we see Tommy Quinlivan down the sideline.
And Frost has claimed the touch and just gets back onside.
I think Tommy Quinlivan's renowned for that, especially in the touch premiership. Did that against the Cowboys.
Yeah, went from his own half.
Yeah.
And off he goes.
Very fast.
So it's risk and reward. They do give the football back to the Gold Coast around the halfway line.
Pete Norman's parked himself at right length, so I'm sure looking for a pass option.
Yeah, ball down. It's come off the foot there of Tyler Ward.
Great drive from Caleb Matters there.
Things just not going the way of the Coast.
As we see Tommy nearly drop the ball there. Must be very slippery.
Adams just tucks it onto the wing.
Yeah, everyone's playing the ball with 2 hands. As we see Tim coming to sweeper from the far side. 7 on.
Yeah, they'll come back to the halfway here to an interchange infringement from the Country Club Colts. And too many players on the field.
That's 2 sets Country Club haven't completed in a row. So I'm sure Tiz will be barking orders to complete the next one.
Groth. He hasn't had too many opportunities in this game so far. I'm looking to try and inject him into the game. He might be the one to spark the Gold Coast. As he feeds it, gets it here, takes a juggle. And try scorer Moffat comes up to make the touch. A little bit of fancy footwork, beautiful pump. Good hands as well from Lamberg. Had some work to do, had to turn and retrieve and get that one down on the deck. They needed that try, the Coast, and that might just be what gets them back into the game.
This week, Kaya Tika on last touch, pretty much a dead touch, and then big show and go. Flinty Matters looks for it. Good finish too. That's sharp from young Kaya.
Yeah, this will look good from this camera angle. You can see a huge dummy punching through the line. And there's Lamberg slamming it down to get their 4th try on the board and just get them back into distance. Down by 1, 5-4 on the scoreboard.
Deal 4 and 3. Oh, good defense. Did he get him?
Yeah, did make the touch.
Great touch, Mike Phillips.
It was a lovely line as well from outside in. Good ball, great defence.
That's a good response though from Gold Coast.
It's an expected result, isn't it? After scoring points down the other end, you want to hold out defensively and put their bodies on the line to do that. So a little win there for the Coast.
Looks like a good ruck and set here too.
As Castles plays it just shy of the halfway line. Kaya set up that last try for the Coast. Ward.
No number, yeah.
Just couldn't quite pick it up cleanly. They'll get marched downfield as well. I don't want to give those cheap penalties away in the Gold Coast. It's just going to help the Colts get down the other end of the field to put some more striking plays on the back end of their sets.
I imagine Carmody will be sweeping from the far link. Yeah, as he's starting to come around now, look for a ninja or a ninja bounce, even a quarterback.
Here he goes, Carmody, short ball. Now he called it perfectly. You can see it coming as Carmody swept around the back, but it's a lovely little short ball off the hip. And Carlos Brown scores a try for the Colts.
Yeah, as we see Carmody on a sweeper, he's very sharp on his feet. As Jai's holding off, and yeah, young Kalis Brown scores his first ever try for Men's Open in Prem grade. Congrats, Kalis.
Yeah, remember that one. 6-4, back up by 2. Country Club reclaim control. And the Gold Coast chance their hand. They can't hit the target. Just going over the head there of Lennox Tika and dipping away in front of Mike Phillips. Now a little bit of a bobble. They managed to hold on to the football. Verenkamp did a good job to keep a cool head and hold on to the footy there for Country Club. Hennessy just picks up from half, looking for offside players.
There's players everywhere. It's a bit messy as they own the penalty. Bit of a sloppy drive set from Country Club.
It's actually going to go to the Gold Coast here for a touch and pass. I thought it might have been going the other way. I thought Dylan thought that was the case as well. And Gold Coast might have got away with one there. They've got to take those opportunities when they can, as Norman just had to put an extra couple of steps in to get himself into the acting half position. He's in position now, early ball. Oh, they had the numbers out there on the left as well. Quinlivan was coming in.
Yeah, that's a smart play on the 7, especially with Darnell with his good feet, but good defense from Dill there, putting pressure.
Country Club, good meters from Hennessy off the first. A little show and go.
Might get done for 7 on here. Oh, lucky not to get 7 on there.
Sent out of the box.
Noodles on the sweep, Jaden, sorry. Good defence, Kai Castles.
Yeah. Straight back on the inside, they had the numbers there. And positive footy here from the Coast. A quick play the ball.
Starting to win the middle third, Gold Coast. So, and then they're down by 2 now. As we see, Jai Charlton probably going to go from half around here.
As Chung switches in Lennox Tika, who steps in. They got the 4-on-3 out there on that side of the field and skipping away. The touch has been claimed. Brown does a great job, a huge touch. Had to make it, and that was going to be points there for the Coast.
Yeah, good footy all around. Good touch from Kalis, even better ball from, was it Lennox?
And Beachy picks up good meters. Flynn Matters does the same. As Bartz pops out Carmody.
Good defence.
Hennessy shows it to himself. A little bit of a juggle. It's going to be a forward pass, just slipping out of the hands. And touch and pass is the call from Jordan Randall.
Yeah, it's great defence from Kaiatika over there. Not giving Dill what he wanted.
Through the hands they go, the Coast. As the interchange players make their way onto the field. And contact there coming into the last, Norman. Yeah, it was a good, strong touch. And just disrupted the play, the ball there from the Gold Coast. So it's been a little bit back and forth over the last couple of sets between both teams. The Colts still have the scoreline in their favour. A little bit flat-footed now as the changes make their way onto the field around the 10-metre line, and you can see how often that happens when you get a little bit of pressure. When you got changes coming onto the field, often a mistake follows, and that's exactly what happened.
Gold Coast are doing a much better job this half of keeping Country Club's roll to minimum, so credit to them. Obviously, would have spoken about that at halftime. As we see, Darnell is very sharp.
As Flynn Matters makes the touch, was onside. Big opportunity here for the Coast.
Jacob Hall left to right here.
Hits the
Great
link.
pass.
Oh, beautiful ball from Hall. Great line as well from Lamberg. He's scored another try against his name. Might be back-to-back for him. And the Coast now reduce that margin back down to 1.
Great pass here from Jacob Hall, obviously digging to the line, but a very, very good line from Kingston, is it? Obviously a bit deep enough so Ken can't get into the lane. So obviously that's the lines they work on. Beautiful. 5-6.
Game on. The Coast, they've just continued to find a way to keep themselves into the game. Again, another important defensive set here for them. Ball out in front, just spilling out of the hands. They're going to get themselves a cheap penalty. There's hands up in the air everywhere here from the Coast. And they know that penalty hurts because they were in complete control there defensively on their line.
I'm sure the attack will be around Dill or Jaden Beachy here.
Here is Mbechi, and they do link up together. So burn another touch.
County's here.
It's good contact though from Ward.
Great defence from Wilson Groth.
A restart.
Could be an early release here to Tiny. Gold Coast going to be very happy with that.
It was a good recovery, like we said. They had one go against them. And they thought that they were in control, so they switched straight back on. Another great defensive set there from the Coast.
Oh, no.
They're getting quite frustrated.
This might punish them. A few of the boys stayed and in sub, so could be a few tired legs out there in this set.
Things not going the way of the Coast.
As we hear Tim Bass just tell Carmody to get at the line. I think that's their game plan on the line now. Yeah, there we go. Bit of a punish.
Back into Brown.
Good defence.
Oh, the referee.
Oh, he's binned him.
Player. Tyler Ward has been sent down the other end of the field. And he was quite unhappy with the call previously that gave possession back to the Colts. And I dare say that Tyler's, unfortunately, probably carried on with that a little bit.
Very big part of the game now. Especially 5 minutes to go.
As Dylan puts the ball in the hands, Carmody,
Oh,
cool
pretty
head.
risky. Oh,
Come back on the
Good
great scramble defence. Hall comes in to make the touch. Can they hold on? Moffat
Great
loops it over the
scramble.
top. They're still there fighting hard here, the Gold Coast. Hall comes up and makes another touch. Can they hold on? They're doing everything they can. Hall puts everything into that touch. Earns his team the penalty.
Great defence.
Well, there was 3 huge touches in that from Jacob Hall. Put that down to this young man who's just taken the first touch going forward. Shows all of his experience there.
Oh, yeah, that would have been close to forward. It's a big confidence booster.
Norman makes his way back out onto the park. Got their experience on the field, picks up nice. It is going forward, and Chung just can't pick it up cleanly. So it's unfortunately going to need another big defensive effort here, the Coast.
If Gold Coast can hold out Country Club now with 5 on the field, it's going to be a very interesting last 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes.
Just got to hold on this defensive set. They'll regain possession if they can do that, and then they'll get their player back out onto the park. Tyler Wood down in the sin bin at the moment, still defending a player down, and they just couldn't hold on in the end. It was great footwork, getting through the middle, and that might be all she wrote here in this one.
Tyrell, Tiny, Awai, as we see a nice quickie quarterback from Noodles, and Tiny very sharp on his feet, very electric, good dive. Credit to Gold Coast though for defending him for that long with 5 on the field.
Yeah, they did a great effort, particularly in the previous set. Still 3.5 to go in the game. Down by 2. Norman sends a beautiful ball out. Vericam having to come in to make the touch. So we say it often when you're defending a player up, it can throw you out a little bit. They almost had the numbers out there, the Coast. Still playing with 5 players at the moment as Norman comes off the right foot, threads it out in front of Kaiteka. They do get a penalty, and they will get their player back on, Tyler Ward. So it's back to 6 on 6 and a full set of 6 to work with 3 minutes on the clock.
If they can score here, it'll be a very interesting last 2 minutes. We got Norman, Wardy, Darnell sharp on his feet. A lot of attack out there for Gold Coast. Tika, as we see a Rhino.
They come up and make the touch.
Could be a rooster release here or knife.
They come out. Oh, it was there for them. Ball down. Lamberg. It was a tough one to try and connect back up on the inside. And almost got it done.
Bit of gamesmanship here from Tiz, slowing the game down a little bit.
Sen feeds it back. Quinn Liven, who's infield looking for work. I don't think he'll pick it up from half this time around. As Hennessy shows it, it's on the outside of the defence. Carmody's good recovery here from Country Club. As Hennessy picks it up, slips in between. There's touches that have been claimed. And Gold Coast players, you can only imagine, were offside. Great experience there from Hennessy. Knew that they were short, played on, went straight through the defensive line, and sets up a lovely try there from the Colts.
Nice direct line there from Dylan Hennessy. Poor Kyle was just caught offside there, and Carmody, nice little finish. Having a great game this game, Carmody.
So 8 tries to 5. Country Club in control here. I'm pretty happy with their performance tonight. Particularly, like we said, the way they fought back in the first half. Down 3 tries now as we see Charlton punch through the line.
I'm pretty sure Caleb Matters is calling a touch there. Not too sure what's going on.
Referee's just communicating with them, each other. Red on the sideline referee. And they come back and play it. Castles will get himself in from half. Last one, looking for
good defense
some footwork.
Yeah,
on
good
Groff.
defense from Ken Adams. Ball down. Oh no, what's he calling now?
Bit of confusion all over the place at the moment. They do say offside. So they'll be looking to finish the game off strongly here, the Gold Coast. Hall comes back in field. Castles from half. Groth, left foot.
Oh, it's
gets
sharp.
away from 2. Oh, and having to come across. Ken Adams to make the touch. It was sharp from Groth. Hall loops over the top. Quinn Livens there to make the touch. Oh, and almost squeezing it through.
As the Hooters just about to go. There we go. Pretty sure Country Club's going to be very happy with that. 2-0 at the start of the season. I can't remember the last time Country Club did that. But a very good game. Good start from Gold Coast.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, yeah, great fight back to get themselves back into the game and to take it away there in the second half. Final score 8-5, and a strong performance, like we said, from the Colts.
This grass looks smart, and it's tough enough to handle whatever you throw at it, so it stays looking smart. Tip Tough Hybrid Bermuda, the smart grass.
Welcome back to the Metro Cup. We've got Women's Premier action taking place very shortly. Southern Storm taking on Brothers. We can see Brothers touch their lineup, their first game that we've called so far this week at this Metro Cup season. They'll be led by their captain, Kim Sue C. Keep an eye out for Kayla Maimai, Lisa Maimai as well. Plenty of strike across their park. They're coached by Chris Ross this year. We'll take a look at the Southern Storm team very shortly. They had a pretty impressive performance, just going down by the one try against the defending champions, the UQ Rebels, last week. They were grand finalists from last year's season. They're coached by the Australian Women's Open coach, of course, Swain Ravelli. Emma Sykes in the 47, a big inclusion back into the Southern Storm this year, was super impressive for the ladies in purple last week. Looking forward to seeing this one. Alex is with me in commentary for the Women's Premier match as well. Looking forward to this game, Alex.
Yeah, very keen. I think I might have to go with, Brothers had a pretty convincing win last week, so I think I got a bit of money on Brothers. Who have you got?
Yeah, I like the Storm. Yeah, I thought they came out, even though they didn't get the victory last year. I still keep harping on the way they finished their season last year. They really made a great run towards the back end of the year. They won their spot in the grand final in dramatic fashion, winning on the hooter, and they really took it to the Rebels, and as positive signs the way they played last round as well. Locked up at half-time. Took it right down to the full-time whistle as well. And like we may mention with the men's premier teams previously, the young talent that's coming through, but it's really evident in the women's game at the moment, the skill on show, and such young in age. You'll see them play at a premier division and the national 18s a little bit later on and school competitions, but the skill on show is unbelievable, and you'll see that throughout this game. It's the Southern Storm in the purple, get the first possession here in this women's premier match. The brothers defending in the traditional brothers strip, the butcher's stripes. And back in field, Taylor Sykes working with sister Emma as they feed a ball. That comes out of the hands and does go backwards. And good defensive set there from brothers. They hold out and they'll gain possession, come off their 7-metre line.
Yeah, brothers did a really good job there defending. I know Rossi, their coach, really emphasises getting 8 out, not giving them the 7-metre line. So I think Ross would be very happy with that defensive set.
The brothers pretty strong in the first couple of touches. As the changes now come on.
As we see young Brooklyn and Paige coming on the field. I believe Brooklyn's only year 12 this year and played in year 11 too, so she's got a bit of experience now.
As they turn the ball over. Storm here, second touch. Good defence though on the first 2 touches there from brothers. Still working their way over. So 3 touches. They didn't really punch too far downfield.
They'll lose a latch here.
And they come up with a mistake. So job well done from brothers. Only making about 10 metres or so there, the Storm, as they were trying to make their way over to the interchange area. As the changes again come on. Kelly Walsh making her way over to the interchange area. As their captain, Kim Susi, and Australian Women's Open captain as well. Gets her first touch of the game.
As
she
she
is.
gets
They got the
2-step.
3-on-2, takes on the line herself. Goes straight in between the defenders. And it's not a bad start there from the skipper. Goes straight over and gets the opening try of the game.
Very good drive there from Kim Susi. Looking like they go for an M2, but it was a very good 2-step, which releases as the middle's caught a bit tight. And a good finish, good dive.
So brothers strike early to take the lead. First try on the board. And it's just having to come back to the mark there. Laura Gleeson just overstepping slightly. Emily Ward now playing in the middle. And for the Storm. Sykes putting the ball through the hand, caught flat-footed. As Bella Fields comes up to make the touch. Ward again, this time inside the 7, and the Storm hit themselves a penalty.
Being very patient on the line there, Taylor Sykes. Making sure she gets what she wants, so she's a very good attacker.
Now punching through the middle, looping over the top. Good job to hold on to the football. The girls are doing a much better job than the men did in the previous game in terms of holding on to the footy.
Very expansive too, as we see a little halo. Ninja line. Oh, good defence there.
Yeah, Kimmy could see that one coming.
Yeah, probably don't want to tackle on her. Very good defender.
Chloe Nicola pumps it and plays it. Sykes scramble to get into half. A nice defensive read as Lisa Maimai comes up out of the line. Takes the intercept and gets them going forward again.
Brothers are up for this one. As you see, a good release there. Hannah Hegedus on the latch. And a penalty, good drive.
Yeah, nice start there. In the opening stages of their set. They get rewarded on the back end of it. As Hegedus, let's get them going forward. Nice work from Folk.
I think Paige suffered a pretty bad ankle sprain and had 6 weeks off, so good to see her back out there.
Show and go as they come back in field. Hegedus.
You see Paige on a sweep up. Ninja line. Oh. Looks very slippery still.
So Southern Storm put the ball through their hands here on the first touch, all the way out to their right wing. Let's help them get going forward. The brothers come up to put pressure on, and they're making changes behind their 10-metre line. And Sykes does a good job to get away, but it was a good recovery to make the touch. They have to go back towards the mark. So the Storm again struggling to get over the halfway line. Tanamu just picks the ball up under the wing, gets him going forward. Rousel throwing the head back. Not happy, didn't think the touch was made.
Brothers are doing an excellent job in this middle third here.
Under pressure here on the first touch, though. They do a good job to get themselves out of trouble. So we see the ball hit the deck.
Yeah, the rest are happy just to let them roll through.
Now 3 referees in this game. Campbell Muir, Zoe Jenrick, and Brett Freshwater. Might have been a change, actually, to this. The on-field referee looks like he's moving too freely to be Brett Freshwater. I can't quite tell.
Still
if that is
kicking.
Freshie or not. I think that might be Freshie out there. He's looking very limber. So Southern Storm have the brothers on their set. Turn the ball back over. Again, they're still struggling to get their interchange players on cleanly here in this flooded defence. It's unfortunate from brothers because they were well on top in the opening few touches there.
Yeah, it looks like Rossi's done his homework. It looks like Southern Storm will go into the box every set. So Rossi's designed a pretty good subset D to keep him minimum.
So Storm here in good field possession. Just take the first 3 touches downfield to get them towards the 7-metre line. They got players in motion, just couldn't get it out of the hands cleanly. A little bit choppy down that end of the field.
Yeah, it looks pretty slippery. Southern Storm look like they're going for a halo every time they get down to the line. Looks like their little pet move.
Yeah, brothers going away from the interchange area. Really only the 2 effective players on the field. Would have been a chance there for the Storm to try and get up and keep them down in their own end of the field. They've recovered nicely, though, brothers, as they put the ball through the hands. Good strong contact, though, on the 5th and final touch. Susie looping ball over the top of the folds.
It's a very good away set from brothers there. Finishing on the 7 and a nearly try opportunity.
Good touch. I mean, Chelsea comes out there on the far side and to come in to make it.
As we see brothers go up in waves. This is touch 2.
Their defence has been relentless.
Touch 4, not even up the 10 now. Here we go.
Nicola.
Touch 4.
Now, Emma Sykes, bit of space down the left-hand side. They put the brakes on. Oh, and they're having to go back to the mark.
This is where it's scary, a dead last touch.
And just a looping loose ball out of the hands there from Sykes. So brothers winning the territory battle at the moment. It's all stemming off the back end of their defence. Up by 1 on the scoreboard. That's the positive sign there from the Storm. Oh, now
contact.
Heavy contact. Just a collision of bodies. The penalty is actually going to go in favour of brothers. Probably the right call in the end. Neither player really got a hand out as they were working their way in towards the ruck, but yeah, Sykes coming in and deemed to be all shoulders on that occasion. So Jenrick giving the penalty to brothers. Here she is using the body quite strong again.
We see Lisa Mama. I'm pretty sure she'll construct this attacking set here. Oh,
that's
sorry about that, Lisa.
I got one in the first game. And you've got one in the second. Oh, here we go. And of course, I made mention that the girls are doing a great job with the hands, and it didn't look like it was slippery anymore. We're on fire up here in the commentary box tonight.
Sorry, girls.
So brothers get a little bit of relief after the error from the Storm. A good opportunity.
Kimmy Sue sees just entered the field here, looking to come for a sweep.
This goes down the short side. Answer the call pretty comfortably there in defence. The Southern Storm. And back out to the 7-metre line.
As we see Lisa coming on a sweeper here. Oh, that's
forward out of the hands. And well called. These 3 experienced referees, they won't miss any of those.
I think Charlotte was on the job there. Very good defensive winger. Didn't hassle her too much.
Taylor Sykes just taking her time to go back and tap this one. Be on the 7-metre line to restart. She'll actually play the ball, which is play on.
Looks like brothers are doing the traditional 1-3-5 subset D. Going to waves now.
Oh, classic defence again. An uncomfortable collision of bodies.
As we see a penalty. Yep.
Sykes earning the penalty for her team.
Two young girls here. I'm pretty sure they're only 16.
It's Annika Tanamu in half, feeding it. She'll play it now. Fifth and final touch.
Oh,
Nicola
ripple pass.
over
Unlucky
the
there.
top. That's Charlie in the 4. We've got a couple of sisters out here tonight for the Storm. Charlie, Nicola, and Chloe. Nicola as well. And the Annikins. Tanamu, I should say. Annika Tanamu and Alay. His brothers.
Using the footy a bit coming out of their end.
Now playing through the middle of the park. Last touch for them now.
See Shatali coming out of half. Late switch.
Yeah, might be a late pass. He's taking it right to the line. That's the Storm. Danica Tanamu taps to restart. Late gets him down the sideline. They're in a better position to get their replacement players out onto the park with a loose ball. And back in field. Charlotte Vandermeer sees brothers reclaim possession. They push the ball through the hand. Shatali Mooney Stack. It's been pretty good so far in the opening stages. She's going to head over to the interchange area now for a breather. Hegedus left isolated.
We see Brooklyn and Kim, I think, enter the field with a fresh repeat 6.
Penalty given away there from the Storm. Probably a penalty that they wouldn't have liked to given away because they were on top. There was nothing doing there from brothers.
As we see Bella sweeping here. Oh,
Just have to pull the ball back to the mark. They'll reset and get their positioning and back in order. As Folds plays it.
bit of a punish. Good hands.
He just probably wasn't in the strongest position there. Folds. It was good contact on the previous play. The ball. Susi sets it
Good
back out this
defense.
way. Vandermeer makes up for that error. And their last set. Now we're looking to get 6 clean touches. Seems like an age of time since they've been down the attacking end of the field.
Yeah, this is a much better set though from Storm.
So Leighton gets him over the halfway line. Annika from half feeds it. Rousel puts it through the hands. And better here from the Storm. And in a good clean play the ball.
Oh, a bit slippery on the foot, yeah.
Emma Sykes puts it through and they just can't finish it off.
Sharp feet there from Emma.
And the final pass is called forward. As brothers take their time.
Looks like Storm might have made an adjustment coming out of their end. Obviously playing expansive on that touch 4. Good drive there from young Brooklyn.
Plays offside here.
Yeah,
from
she's
Storm.
made the touch in her.
Brett Freshwater sends Susie back to the mark. As Mai holds it. And steps on the outside. Go away from Mai and takes it right to the line. This will be a touch and pass. Good defence in the middle of the field there from Jenna Rousel.
Let's see if Storm can get out of their end here. This will be a big test.
Rousel taps and restarts. And throws the dummy. Some going forward. As they put it through the hands of Mai. Streaming through, but the touch was made.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she knows that subset all too well.
So this is the 0 touch here from brothers. And again, you just need to take that extra second just to have a look at the defensive line. The ball didn't need to be thrown there. Almost preconditioned just to throw it. They managed to hold out as brothers looked to chance their hand early in the touch count. Folk comes up to make the touch. Again,
Could be in trouble here, Storm. This is touch 3.
wave of defensive pressure continues here for brothers. Super impressive for them in the opening stages here of the first half. Oh, and
Yeah.
again, almost could have been picked off. Up in the line there, Carly Walsh. There's Ward. Didn't have much room to work with. Again, gets away from the defender this time around. And a good clean play the ball, which they
well done,
get.
Emily Ward. As we see another halo.
Ward ends up holding it.
Good defence, Paige Folk.
One touch to make here for brothers. Archer from half. Has a little bit of a look. They're numbered. And Charlie Nicola couldn't hold on to the football. Not much she could have done about that one. As now Ward comes up and uses the body in the first touch. It was a good, strong first touch and just gave him an opportunity to get some players up out of the defensive line. And they forced a mistake there from Brothers.
Be good to see what Storm can do on the line here, as they haven't been down there at all, really, this half.
Seems like an age since they have been down this end of the field. Oh, again, just sloppy in the play the ball. There's little opportunities when they really haven't had too many of them here in the first half. The real positive, though, for them, although it just seems like Brothers are completely in control of this game. Still only 1-0 on the scoreboard. Brothers haven't been able to capitalise on the good field position that they've had. As I say that now, there's a bit of space out here on the left-hand side of the field. Played on the halfway line.
Good defence though from Storm this set. Last touch only on the halfway.
Yeah, better set. So this could be the opportunity where they can try to swing a little bit more momentum back their way. Cummins sends it from half. Again, they're clunky in the middle.
Oh, no.
And the mistake.
Touch pass.
And you can see that often as well. We made mention of sometimes those interchanges where you don't have strong touches on first and two when you're deep down your end. But when you start your set in the middle of the field, sometimes it just throws you off, isn't it? When you're trying to make those changes straight away when you're pretty much already in position to be able to do it.
Yeah, the ideal goal is to get down to the 7 metre on 3, but that's very hard. As we see a repeat set awarded now to Brothers. Who we got on the field here? My Fields. Sure, the attack's going to be centered around those two.
They're not moving up off the line. They're the Southern Storm. Bartlett taps it.
We see Fields coming sweeping off a halo. Oh, good feed.
Oh, my ends up kicking away herself, and easy as you like. And Carly Walsh scores in the corner. Took them a little while to get their second try on the board. Again, after that repeat set, nothing the Storm could have done. Nice work there from Maimai, just kicking away.
Good little left to right there. Good finish too. Good hands. Pretty hard to see the ball under the lights, I've heard, out for the wingers, so good catch.
So up by 2 now, Brothers. The clock starts to wind down here in the first half. And off the tap restart. Emily Ward through a little bit of space, pushed the pass straight away.
I don't think Storm will be too unhappy with the scoreline at the moment. Obviously, they haven't been down to Brothers' line, so I think 2-0's pretty doable to come back from.
It's my mind. It's looking to pop Hegadis out on the outside. The defence as Taylor Sykes comes up much. She's been left a little bit isolated in the middle of the field as they look to sweep now. There's solid contact here on Susie. Penalty to Brothers.
As we Kim Susie and Lisa Maimai out there.
1.5 on the clock. This is a dangerous set here for the Southern Storm.
I'm sure Ross will be barking orders to use the full 6 here.
There's Lisa stacked there on the left-hand side. No options for them.
As we see a shorty. Simpson. Oh.
Lisa Maimai just having a scramble there. There was claims of off the mark from the Southern Storm bench. Maimai loops it over the top.
Good defence. Storm still have time here. Got a minute to go.
They've got to get themselves down the other end of the field, and this is where they've struggled in the first half, and it's been the defence just coming up in waves.
This is touch 3 again.
Nicola feeds it.
4.
As Tanami gets him over the halfway line, but this is the 5th and final touch, and can't be picked up cleanly there from Charlie Nicola.
Brothers aren't in a rush to get in the ball now. Waiting for the clock to go down. They'll be very happy with their first half, especially in defence.
Lisa Maimai feeds it. And Susie takes the first hit up going forward. They get their changes as they come out to the left-hand side of the field.
There's a few away sets this game. I wouldn't mind seeing Storm doing an away set next half just because Brothers are compressing so far in the sub box. That might be the change the coaches make in the second half.
Mooney stack from half. Gets it on the 7, switches out the back, and it has opened up for them right as the halftime hooter sounds. Well, Brothers In control here going into the halftime break. 3 tries to 0. That one hurts right on the halftime hooter.
That's Charlie picking up from half and a bit of a late switch.
Just held back behind the ball player.
Didn't even look very happy about that one.
So 3-0 up going into the break. It's all brothers here in this Women's Premier Round 2 fixture. A bit of work to do here for the Southern Storm. We'll see if they can get themselves back into the game. Stay with us.
This grass looks smart, and it's tough enough to handle whatever you throw at it, so it stays looking smart. Tip Tough Hybrid Bermuda, the smart grass.
Welcome back to Whites Hill. You can see the Southern Storm on screen at the moment, getting their last-minute instructions. Pretty vocal in the box, and probably rightfully so. First half not going the way they would have liked there. Alex, right under a lot of defensive pressure from Brothers, and that good defence was able to see them get the gain in attack, and they went into the halftime break with 3 tries up on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I don't think Storm will be too worried. Obviously, David Craig down there barking orders to win the first 2 and he wins the game pretty much. But I wouldn't mind seeing Storm go away from their box this half because obviously Ross has done his homework to press the Storm box because they're going there every set. So I wouldn't mind the away set this half.
Yeah, so this year there's 4 stacked teams in the men's and women's Premier Division. Each team will play each other 3 times across the regular season and towards the back end of the year. First, we'll go straight through to the grand finals. Second, we'll play third in the playoff to get the grand final spot. And you can stay up to date with all the Metro Cup action by searching BMTA. You can find them on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And yeah, like we said, all you have to do is search for Brisbane Metro Touch. They're across all the socials. And like we said, big thank you to everyone tuning in tonight, tuning in on KO Sports here in Australia and skysportnext over in New Zealand. Both teams will start to make their way out onto the field. A big second half needed here for the Storm. Like we said, they'll play the full 40 minutes, no question about that. But Brothers, definitely happy with the position. You just think it would just be a little bit more of the same from them here in the second half, Alex?
Yeah, obviously Lisa Marmai and Kim Cece are pretty much their attacking threats and they look pretty lively when they touch the ball. Their defence is awesome. That's what's going to end the game. And then Brothers just need to hold the ball. Storm need to hold the ball and get out of their end. On that too, Storm have plenty of strike power with Emma Sykes, Taylor Sykes, you name it.
Yeah, and they just didn't get the opportunities that they needed in the first half. They're obviously deadly around that 7-metre attacking zone, but we just keep harping on it. The defence from Brothers there in the first half, they just did give it an opportunity. They really struggled to get over the halfway line, and they'll be looking to be a little bit cleaner, particularly when they're trying to make some changes out onto the park. But it all gets set up in the first couple of touches, like you said. So Brothers get the first possession here in the second half. Their skipper, Kim Soo-si, is ready to tap and get things underway. Oh, you have to, isn't it? It's a given. Off the tap. You've got to have a little something up your back sleeve. Looking very casual, very calm and relaxed here, brothers, going into the second half. And coming off a solid victory last week, 5-2, and they are on their way to potentially go 2-0, like we saw Country Club do a little bit earlier on this evening. Let's see how they go. He switches in. And Folk. Ooh, yeah, it was close. Very close. Taylor Sykes makes the touch. Supported in the middle by Emily Ward. Nice. Yeah, nice little wraparound play. So they finish it on their side of the field. And again, just gives them that opportunity now to get the wave up. Better. So at least gets them over to that box. You just want to try and keep your feet there. As the changes come on. They've recovered nicely though. Tanami gets them over the halfway line. We'll play it just shy of the 10-minute line there of Brothers. The final ball from Nicola. They responded nicely there. First possession from the Storm. Let's see how they turn their attack into defence. They try and turn the screws and put a little bit of pressure on Brothers.
Oh, good hands, Lisa Maimai.
Folk does a good job as well.
Playing very expansive with a very slippy ball, so credit to Brothers.
Yeah, it's been good footy to watch. Playing positive style of football tonight.
See Brooklyn Schmidt. Looks like she's going to drive the ball. Yeah, forward pass there, unlucky.
Yeah, to Brittany Brown out of half, wearing the 50 tonight. Oh, might have been Bartlett, my apologies, in the 60. Comes up to make the touch. Through the hands they go. They're at least on the halfway line as Cummins plays it. She'll get herself into acting half. Russell back in through the middle of the field here for the Storm. Good touch made on her. Just stop the flow. Sykes look for her left to right. Doesn't get an opportunity. Throws the ball away as well.
I think Cameron Muir called that on the sideline. Bit of a forward pass. Touches 1, 2, and 3 are a lot better now from Storm. Just got to clean up that last strike dump.
So Brothers retrieve the ball. Come back in field.
Very eager to ruck. They're nice and deep.
Having a reach for the ball. There's Schmidt. There's Bartlett.
Good drive.
Yeah, nice and direct.
Two young girls in the middle.
Yeah, they've got a good crop of young players coming through here, Brothers. They've been super impressive through this game. Nice balanced team as well. That experience there, Susie, couldn't quite get it down cleanly enough.
Just a bit slippery, it looks like. Looks like Storm were looking to release that winger on touch 1, 2, just by get around their shooters.
Again, here we go. Changes around that 10-metre line. Makes it difficult. Ward does a good job there just to get him going forward, out in front. Even the referees, even they're on skates tonight.
The referees might need to bring out the metal studs. Oh, see another ball down. It looks very slippery.
And just as the temperature starts to drop and the dew's starting to roll in, penalty here for the Storm.
Might need metal studs for the first few rounds in winter.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And players definitely been doing it tough. Won't take too long up here in Queensland until we start. Oh, yeah. They're on skates out there at the moment.
That's twice Cameron Muir has slipped.
So Storm, again, they just couldn't capitalise. There's been a couple of moments, and we saw it in the first half as well, where there was a rare mistake and an error from Brothers, but Southern Storm just not able to take those little opportunities that they so desperately need so
Paige
far.
Folks puts them through.
Wow.
Good touch there. Good dive and touch from Nicola.
Yeah, had some work to do. Fold sends it. Bartlett holds it. His possession back here to the Storm. Let's see how they come out of the end of the field this time around. Directing the first touch. Players called offside.
That's two. Much better.
Getting frustrated, the Storm. American Brothers players are a little bit short in defence. Better from Rousel. 5th and final touch. Short ball. Oh,
Let's
pops
play
into
on.
their hands. It is play on.
Looking for sport straight away.
Good calm head there from Bartlett, though. Holds on to the football. Gets it down. That was 0 touch from the intercept.
Good
Hegedus.
feet there from Hegedus.
They got to continue on this flow. There's a player out of the line still here for the Storm. They just haven't quite got themselves into position. They'll hold up now. As the ball goes out in front, there's Schmidt who plays it.
Brooklyn might orchestrate the attack here as we see, look like 4-on-3. Maybe a little punish.
Yeah, good call. Just wasn't square in the play, the ball. Facing the sideline, needs to face her own try line. Campbell Muir, he won't miss any of those.
That's a very good touch one.
So better start to the set as Gleeson gets him over the
Thanks,
halfway
oh.
line. This time they get called.
Good feet.
Beautiful right foot there from Emma Sykes. See you later. They took advantage. Players get caught offside, and it was good football there from the Storm to know that they smelt blood in the water. And Sykes, have a look at this right foot on the replay. Bang.
That's very good footy. It starts from there, ruck and set. Looks like they made a bit of an adjustment at half time, and it's paid off. 3-1.
They needed that. The Storm, it probably might have been something that came out of their box at the halftime break. They needed to be first to score. And they've done that. So a little tick in the box there from the Southern Storm. It's equally important now. They can't go try for try with Brothers. Loose ball out of the hands.
Good defence there from Nicola.
Yeah, second job done from the Storm. And all of a sudden now, their tails are up here, the Storm. They've struggled the 30 minutes of this game to get out of their end of the field. They score a try. Now all of a sudden they're full of running. As Gleeson shows it in two hands. Nicola back on the inside.
Very good drive.
And
Wouldn't mind a two-step here. Oh, takes a short side even better.
Oh, was looking potentially for it to stay out. Gleeson ends up coming in. A bit of space out there for Cummins as well on the right-hand side of the field.
Storm are looking very lively though.
Yeah, much better set. So they didn't come up with the points, but they won't be disappointed with the way that one unfolded. Now it's Brothers looking a little bit flat. Good meters though from Lisa Maimai. As Hegedus follows suit as
Good
well.
drive.
Through the hands, Bartlett.
4-on-3.
A little bit of footwork, and they play it short through the middle, so not a bad recovery, though, from Brothers. After a shaky start to their set, they end up punching down field, but this is good from the Storm.
Oh, that's, yeah, but what was the penalty?
There is going to be a penalty there for this sudden. Didn't look like it was being held onto all that cleanly
Yeah.
coming in, but there was a bit of body, just a little bit too much body, and popping out.
As we see both Sykes girls coming on the field. I'm sure the attack will be around those two.
Shaping up that way now as Taylor puts it through the hands. Rousel plays it. Out the back and all sliding in.
The second time she's been knocked over this game.
Yeah, it was well, held her breath there for a second. Just a little bit ginger to get back up onto her feet. Emma Sykes, the try scorer for the Southern Storm. She is back on her feet, which is good to see.
Yeah, it looks like the Storm girls are happy to kill it on their sub-box side. Make Brothers work all the way to their box.
Touch and pass as well. Call from Zoe Genrick. Bartlett on the first touch.
Very good drive for 1 and 2.
Hegedus, ball in two hands. No half in place here for Brothers. And
She's
does-
been busy in the midfield.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doing her job.
Sort of
Oh, good
pop out
hands.
pass. Good work from Susie. Space to work down here. Back on the inside. Now they head back in through the middle.
Oh, she's gone for the hard push there. Could be a... Ooh.
Ooh, Mai ends up holding it.
You wouldn't think the ball's slippery, would you? The way they're playing.
No, they're still playing dry weather footy. That's for sure. Still plenty of confidence.
There'll be a Campbell call and Lisa offside.
As Alay plays it. Nice work out of the box. Good.
7 on, it looks like. Campbell Muir.
Yeah, unfortunate. Because they're running on the back end of it was looking pretty good, particularly there from Emily Ward. So they come back up to the halfway line. Brothers taking their time.
Yeah, this half is much better. Very end-to-end game of footy. As we see, the Southern Storm girls look like they're doing it tough.
Schmidt plays it. Lisa Mai through the hands. They'll just hold the ball up as the interchange players make their way out onto the field. Butler back on deck. Folk back on the inside. Flat-footed here, but touches to come. No, this is the final touch for them now. Page just picks it up.
Now let's see if Storm can get out of their end.
So Nicola direct on the second.
They could get stuck on for 7 here.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe even a forward pass.
Yeah, just
Touch pass, there we go.
in that pressure coming up. So they've reverted back to what's been working for them so well throughout this whole match here, brothers.
Yeah, I think Rossi's probably identified that and wants them to kill it in their corner to make Storm work it all the way to their box.
Bartlett, is there plenty of touches throughout this game? Sends it back in field. Bella Files now, ball in hand. And he's stacked from half. As they attack down the short side. Still touches to come for brothers. And we're looking to set up now 5th and final.
Takes their short side, good feet.
Great feet, gets into the in-goal area. No touch claimed and coming around the back.
Down.
Ball down's the call. And that gets taken cleanly. Brothers, they might have been going across for another try.
Bit of a goosey. Then Kemp's going to like that one.
Strong contact there on the first. And this should help the Storm. Get some changes on. Gleason, good meters down the sideline.
Oh, could see a ball. Missed that one, Campbell. As we see Nicola sweeping.
Oh, they couldn't capitalise. That's probably been the biggest area in their game. They got the penalty on the early touch count. They got the bigger foot to get themselves down the other end.
Brothers are playing awesome footy. They're just holding the ball, completing their sets.
And no half in place.
We see the Mai, Brooklyn, Kim Susi come on the field. What do we got? 7 on again.
Yeah, might be brothers with an interchange infringement this time around. So now it's the Storm who come up to the halfway line. They've got to capitalise on. There's still plenty of time left on the clock. Just over 8 minutes to go. Only 2 tries in this game. Storm next to score. And they probably need to prioritise that they do need to be the next ones to score. That will just put a bit more pressure on brothers. They're still well on top. It feels like in this game. But a try here for the Storm. Might be what sets it alight. It was on short. Oh, it's hands in the air from Emma Sykes, I think. Just a little short ball off the hip. Might have been the go.
That might prove costly with 7.5 minutes to go. That would have made it very interesting, putting it at 3-2. Oh,
They've opened the door up again here, brothers. Again, turning the ball back over. It was an interchange infringement last set. This time turning the ball over.
I'd like to see Emma Sykes stay on the field here. She could be gassed.
Yeah, their coach, Chris Ross, has grabbed his interchange players on the far side straight away, so he can just sense this is a danger period in the game for them. Big defensive set. Can they hold on? The Storm looking to score. 5th and final touch. Ward just caught in that 7-metre zone. A little pop ball over the top, almost creating an opportunity. Brothers managed to hold on. They'll just be looking to complete a set of 6 here and try to get as far downfield as possible.
And just looking at the brothers' box, I think they've only got 6 subs, so they might be a link sub short, so they're doing very well, the brothers' links.
Yeah, gutsy effort for them tonight.
As we see the brothers go away, that's awesome.
Yeah, they did it a couple of times in the first half. We haven't really seen the Storm.
Yeah, Campbell scored that forward. Campbell scored a few from the sideline.
Never misses. That's 3 sets on the trot now for brothers. They haven't completed. 3 sets here for the Storm. attacking down the right end of the field, but they still haven't been able to capitalise as of yet.
Got both Nicoles on the field here. As
Bit
we
of
see
running.
Flick. Oh, good dive flick. Oh, touched by Kim CC.
Back to the 7 metre line they come. Archer plays it. As Charlie Nicola now dances. Shows a little bit of footwork. And fifth touch. Probably just need to get the ball down on the deck cleanly there. Cola, nice switch in. They managed to get the ball and they earn themselves a repeat set. So nice work on the back end of the set.
As we had David Craze and Swaney barking orders to their girls.
Cola, short ball.
Oh, good touch, forward pass.
Unlucky. It's not a bad option to go with when you got still touches up your sleeve. To punch through that short ball through the middle, but just not coming out of the hands backwards.
As brothers have responded very nicely.
Perfect start to their set, going down the sideline. You'll see some changes onto the park, and they just get to flow on around the back, looking for an over-the-mark penalty, and they don't get it. Folk plays it.
Brooklyn might go
clean to play
phase
the
for
ball.
try for Bella.
Yeah, just sends it over the top. The one person she didn't want to hit comes up to make the touch. Take the ball, the intercept, I should say, in Chelsea Cummins. And here is Cummins, who skips away and does a good job. They need to flow off the back of this.
Good drive,
Ward,
Blamley
straight
Ward.
through. They surely look short here, brothers. No, they've been called onside, half in possession.
Not too happy about that one, Taylor. Chucking the ball away.
Yeah, so it might be starting to get a little bit frustrated, particularly in those ones where you think you might have players offside. Referees think differently. Still in this game.
Brothers are doing very well passing that footy around in this wet weather. Oh, now that I say that.
Well, it's 2 to you
Yeah,
now.
it's 2. I gotta stop.
You've taken the lead, 2-1 to the young gun. Making his commentary debut tonight. You'll learn from that young fella.
Yeah, I know.
Happens to us all. I've already had one as well. Don't worry about that.
So we see LA enter the field. I wouldn't mind her on a little punish here. She's very good in her feet.
They're just making way into the left link position. The 9 for the Storm. As Emma Sykes.
As we might see, quickie.
Here she goes. Ball out in front. And just couldn't reel it in. It was good sliding cover defence from Brothers. They're there to make the touch, I think. If the ball was held on to.
Good drive, Lisa Maimai.
It's just been smart old school footy for Brothers. When they see space and an opportunity in front of them, they just tuck the ball under the wing and go direct at the Storm defence.
That's definitely been the difference this game as Brothers go forward. And as we see, that's a perfect drive. Bit of collisions. Oh, she evaded it? Oh, no, good touch.
Yeah,
Emily
good
Ward,
touch
what's
from
going on
Ward.
here?
Yeah, it was Taylor Sykes.
Just over 2 minutes to go, Storm need to probably score this set.
Sykes sends it out the back. Nice ball
Good
work.
hands.
So yeah, first touch.
Oh, it's
what's
ball
happened here?
down.
So it's hit an offside player
Ooh.
coming back. It's a bit of an incidental one. It's a tough one to take. You saw that creep into rugby league a little bit ago. They're just literally just throwing it into an offside player.
I think that's a bit of a 50-50 just under the referee's discretion. But good call, Campbell Muir.
So punching forward now. They've got to score here, the Storm. 2 minutes, just over. There'll be enough time for them if they can score this set.
As we see a
Gleason,
sweeper.
Rousel, footwork. They've got all the
Oh,
numbers
that's
out
down.
there.
That's a try.
Campbell Muir's going to point to the spot. It was a nice early release. Had some work to do. And Chelsea Cummins, who's been good for the Storm throughout this game, finishes it off nicely.
It's a good sweep, the link sweeper. Squares her up, cranks it back short side. Good pass. Good finish too. Has some work to do.
Yeah, lovely low dive. Looked like they had the numbers over there defensively, Brothers, but it's just, yeah, like you said, squaring them up and straightening up the point of attack. Lovely ball. And Cummins finishes it off.
Storm are going to get one set. As we see a halo coming around, another sweeper. Kim CC. Oh, that's, ooh.
Good inside cover defence.
yeah.
Yeah, Emily Ward had to do the job.
Bit of gamesmanship, letting the ball roll through to the in-ball line.
Yeah, smart football.
Taking her time. It's a captain's knock.
Skimmy comes back and plays it. Steps back in field. Working with Bartlett in the middle of the field here for Brothers.
Might give it back to
my from half.
Good
early
defence.
Ball. They tap it over. They've got to get onto the footy. 43 seconds. It's going to take a mammoth effort to try and get down the other end of the field. Can they do it?
Oh, good hands. Much better set from Storm. What have we got here? Nicole's coming on the field. Last touch.
Hooter sounds.
Bit of a fly.
Got to put it through.
Oh.
And they can't squeeze the ball over the top.
It's a very good game of footy, end to end.
And the referees do signal full time. Yeah, like you said, great game of football. It was all Brothers in the first half. The Storm did a great job, though, to work themselves back into the game. The clock just beating them at the end. But Brothers would be pretty happy to go 2-0 to start the season.
Yeah, I think Rossi did a good job there, especially with their ruck defence. Obviously, watched Storm girls last week who were on the live stream and created a very good subset defence to counter their very good attack.
Yeah, so another great night of action here. Round 2 at the Metro Cup. And Country Club getting the job done over the Gold Coast a little earlier on in the Men's Premier. They go 2-0. Brothers go 2-0 as well. And we hope you enjoyed the coverage on KO Sports and Sky Sports Next over in New Zealand. Until next week, myself, Scott McAllister, and Alex Condon signing out. We'll see you then. Bye.
This grass looks smart, and it's tough enough to handle whatever you throw at it. So it stays looking smart. Tip Tough Hybrid Bermuda, the smart grass.